Good day. In this video, we are going to discuss Pascal's triangle and how it is used to expand binomials. Pascal's triangle is a kind of number pattern. It is a triangular arrangement of numbers that gives the coefficients in the expansion of any binomial expression. The numbers are arranged so that they reflect as a triangle as shown in your screen. So to build this triangle, we start with 1 at the top, or what we call row 0, and then continue placing numbers below it in a triangular pattern. Note that each number is the numbers directly above it added together. So for example, let's consider this portion of our Pascal's triangle. So again, each number below is the numbers directly above it added together. So if we want to get 4, so we want to add 1 plus 3. Okay, another example, considering this one, this portion. So to get 15, we need to add 10 plus 5. Now there are unique features found in the Pascal's triangle. The first diagonal, which is highlighted in blue, is of course just the numbers 1. The next diagonal, which is highlighted in yellow-green, so those are the counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The third diagonal has the triangular numbers. And if you look at the fourth diagonal, which I am going to highlight, so those are the tetrahedral numbers. Moreover, as we get the sum of each horizontal row, it also gives us a pattern. So this pattern illustrates the powers of 2. So as you can see here, 1 is written or can be written as 2 raised to 0. 2 is of course 2 raised to 1. 4 is 2 squared. 8 is 2 cubed. 16 is 2 raised to 4, and so on. Looking also at the numbers in each row, so we can also say that they represent the digits of powers of 11. So this time we are going to use base 11. So 11 raised to 0 is equal to 1, which is the number at the top of our triangle. 11 raised to 1 is 11. 11 squared is 121. 11 cubed is 1331. The Pascal's triangle also shows the Fibonacci sequence. So as we recall, the Fibonacci sequence starts with 0, 1, and then goes on by adding the two previous numbers. Okay, so if we add the numbers of the Pascal's triangle in this diagonal manner, then we can see that we can form your Fibonacci sequence. Now let's move on to finding entries in the Pascal's triangle. So we can compute for a certain number in the triangle using our combination formula. So if you recall, the combination formula is shown as follows. So NCR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial times r factorial, wherein your n here represents the number of rows and r is for the element of that row. So take note, when we are using our Pascal's triangle, the topmost layer or row is what we call row 0. So we start at row 0, and then the next row is of course row 1, and so on. So for example, we want to find the Pascal's number found in the 6th element of the 8th row. So using this given triangle in our screen, so we first locate row 8. So this is row 4, this is row 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is row 8. Okay? And the 6th element of the row 8, so we start at the leftmost portion. So this is first element, second, third, fourth, fifth, and no, so this is 0, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then 6th. So the 6th element is therefore 28. So using your combination formula, okay, NCR in our calculator, so that is N equals 8 because we are in row 8, and R equals 6 because we want to find the 6th element. By the way, so take note that the first element is indicated as R equals 0. Okay, so we start at R equals 0. So using your calculator to make things faster and easier, so 8C6 in our calculator is equal to 28. Now let's move on to our main objective for this video. So we are going to expand powers of binomials using our Pascal's triangle. Also, later on, we are going to present a general formula to find any particular term in a binomial expansion. So first, let's recall what is a binomial. So a binomial is of course an algebraic expression that contains only two terms. Okay, so for example, we have a plus b. The two terms are of course a and b. So if we want to expand binomials, let's say for example we want to get the square of a plus b. So a plus b quantity squared, so that gives us a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So you could verify this using your FOIL method or the long multiplication. Okay? Now, as the exponent for our binomial gets bigger, so of course the number of terms also get bigger. Okay? So we can use the Pascal's triangle in order to get the coefficients of our binomial. Okay? So as shown in your screen. So again, since the Pascal's triangle starts with row 0, okay? So if I have a binomial a plus b raised to the power of n, okay? If I substitute n equals 0, so a plus b raised to 0 will give me 1. Okay, if n equals 1, so a plus b raised to 1 gives me a plus b. So take note, the coefficients here are 1 and 1. So these are the numbers found in row 1 of your Pascal's triangle. Moreover, if we go to row 2, therefore n equals 2. So we have a plus b squared. Then there are three terms. So a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So if you look at the coefficients, this is 1, 2, 1. So those are the numbers in your row 2. Okay, so meaning we can use a pattern to determine the coefficients of each term using the Pascal's triangle. Okay? So let's move on to some properties of the binomial expansion. So note that there are 5 properties that are important for us to know. The first property, if we have a plus b raised to the power of n binomial expansion, then we can expand that and there are n plus 1 terms found in that expansion. Okay, so for example, if my binomial expansion is a plus b raised to the power of 7, then we can say that there are 8 terms for this expansion. Okay? Second property, the first term of the expansion is a raised to n and the last term is b raised to n. So again, considering this example, so the first term should be a raised to 7 and the last term should be b raised to 7. Okay? Property number 3. So proceeding from the first to the last term, the exponent of a decreases by 1 from term to term, while the exponent of b increases by 1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, if the first term is a raised to 7, therefore the second term would be a raised to 6. Then the third term is a raised to 5. Fourth term is a raised to 4, and so on. Okay? And for the second term, which is b, so notice that in the first term, we can say that this is b raised to 0, right? Kasi b raised to 0 is equal to 1. Then the next term, so the second term, meron tayong addition, b raised to 1. Third term, b raised to 2, until it increases up to b raised to 7. Okay? Property number 4, the sum of the exponents of a and b for each term is equal to n. Okay? And the coefficients of the terms equidistant from the extremes are equal. So let's have here an example to better understand those properties. Suppose we want to expand this binomial a plus b raised to 6 using the Pascal's triangle. Okay? So how many terms do we have here? We have here 7 terms. The first term, as you notice, is a raised to 6. The last term is, of course, b raised to 6. So how can we get the coefficients of each of our terms? So we refer to the Pascal's triangle. Okay? So using our Pascal's triangle, this one, so let us locate our target row. Okay? So we start with row 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is row 5. This is row 6. Okay? So since our n is equal to 6 here, so we refer to the 6th row. So we get the terms or the elements found in the 6th row of our Pascal's triangle, which are these numbers 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. So those are our coefficients na idadagdag natin. So 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. Okay? So for the variables for each of the term, so again, sabi sa property, the first term is a raised to 6 or a raised to n. Okay? So, okay na tayo dito. Now, the exponent for our first term a decreases. So, for the next term, naging a raised to 5 siya. Okay? Pero bakit may b raised to 1 pa dito? So take note, according to property number 3, the exponent of b decreases by 1. So if this is b raised to 0 dito sa ating first term, then the next term, so nag-i-increase siya ng 1, so b raised to 1. Okay? So if you add the exponents, 5 plus 1, that is equal to 6. So next term, so we get the 15 from our Pascal's triangle. And then a raised to 4 kasi nagbabawas tayo ng 1. And then b squared kasi nagdadagdag tayo ng 1. Okay? So check, 4 plus 2 equals 6. Next term, so 20, kinuha natin to from the Pascal's triangle. And then bakit a cube? Because we are subtracting 1 from the exponent. And then b cube, because we are adding 1 from the exponent. Okay? Check, 3 plus 3 equals 6. So we are going to do that until the last term. Okay? So what if we want to find only a particular term for the binomial expansion? So we don't want to get all of the terms, rather we only want a specific term. So suppose we want to just find the rth term in the binomial expansion. So hindi natin kailangan isulat lahat ng terms. Okay, so for example, we have here x plus 2y raised to the power of 16. So kung isusulat natin yung terms isa-isa, then medyo matagal because this expansion right here, there are 17 terms. Okay, so what if I just want to find, for example, the 8th term or the 10th term? Okay, so I will not go through this lengthy process anymore because there is what we call a general formula to find the rth term of a binomial expansion. So the rth term is obtained by using this formula. Okay? So we use the combination formula and then just some operations with the exponents. So example, suppose we have here a binomial expansion, 3x plus y raised to the power of 9. And suppose we want to find only the 6th term. Okay? So using this formula, so we know that r is equal to 6 because we want to find the 6th term. N, take note, n is always the exponent of the expansion. So n equals 9. Okay? So to find the 6th term, so this is just equal to 9 c r minus 1, which is 5, times, what is our a? So a here is our first term. Ano ba yung first term ng ating binomial? So the first term is 3x. The last term or the second term is positive y. Okay, so a is 3x and then b is equal to y. Okay? So 9c 5 times a na 3x raised to n minus r minus 1. So that is just 9 minus 5 times b, which is y, r minus 1. So 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay? 9c5 can be evaluated using your calculators. So 9c5 equals 126. Okay? Times 3x raised to 4. So 3 raised to 4 gives us 81. And x raised to 4, yan, times y raised to 5. So there are still two numbers here. So I'm going to multiply 126 times 81. So that is 10,206. Then combining all the variables, x raised to 4 times y raised to 5. So the sixth term is equal to this one. Yan. So if you are going to use the Pascal's triangle for this example, so notice that there are very large numbers and we are only interested with this term. So just use our formula. Next example, find the 10th term of this binomial expansion. Okay, so again, r is equal to 10 because we are finding the 10th term. N equals 16 because the exponent here is 16. The first term of our binomial is x. The last term is negative 2y. Okay? So plugging in the values for this formula, the 10th term equals n, so 16, c, r minus 1, so that's 9, times a, which is x, raised to 16 minus 9, times b, which is negative 2y, raised to 9. Okay? So 16 C9 equals 11,440 in our calculator, times x raised to 7 times, so negative 2 raised to the power of 9 is negative 512 raised to y times y raised to 9. Okay? So 11440 times negative 512 gives us negative 5,857,280. Then x raised to 7, y raised to 9. So this is our 10th term.